Have you ever heard someone describe a coworker or someone they know as a person who dominates everyone around them, or as someone with a dominant personality? A dominant person is someone who can influence others, bring them onto their side, and motivate them to act according to their wishes. If you do not have the power or ability to stand up to such people, there is a risk that others will constantly control you and force you into doing things you don't want to do. This is what often happens to people who respect others too much and quietly stay in the background. If you remain overly passive, you may end up becoming nothing more than a puppet dancing to other people's strings. To live life according to your own wishes, dominance is an important quality. This has existed since the dawn of humanity. In every group, the dominant individual often becomes the leader and influences or controls others. So, you really have only two options. Either become that person yourself and develop a dominant personality, or spend your life being dominated by such people and living under their influence. If you prefer the first option, then watch this video carefully until the end. This is not an entertainment video. It contains ideas that could potentially change the direction of your life. This is a skill that both men and women can develop. However, for men especially, it is very important because making independent decisions, standing firmly by them, and acting on them often requires a strong and dominant personality. Today, I'm going to share some tips that can help you develop that kind of personality. If you pay attention to the final tip as well, you'll find it much easier to rise above the crowd. Number 1. Work out. Although dominance is not based solely on physical strength, people often perceive someone who is extremely thin, weak, or physically unhealthy as vulnerable and insignificant. If someone looks fragile, others may not take them seriously. They may not even have the patience to listen to what that person has to say, let alone follow them. Just like certain comic characters in movies, such individuals may end up being viewed as jokes rather than leaders. Therefore, try to become someone with a healthy body through regular exercise. You don't need six-pack abs or huge biceps. A normal, healthy physique is enough. Spend at least 30 minutes a day exercising at home. If you can go to a gym, train there. When you have a healthy body, people are less likely to dismiss or overlook you. Number 2. Dressing style. One of the first things people notice about you is the way you dress. That's why your dressing style plays an important role in developing a dominant personality. Dress in a way that makes people take you seriously. Here, the price of your clothes is not important. What matters is their quality, fit, and appearance. Choose clothing that suits both you and the situation. For example, wear formal attire for an interview and appropriate clothing for a wedding or party. The goal is to blend naturally into the environment while presenting yourself well. Dressing extravagantly just to attract attention usually doesn't earn respect. What should stand out is your personality. Number 3. Body language. A person's body language can reveal a lot about them. Someone who stands with their head down, arms crossed, and shoulders slouched is rarely perceived as dominant or confident. To develop a dominant personality, stand and sit upright with confidence. Avoid looking down. Maintain eye contact and speak clearly while facing people directly. Number 4. Ignore what others say. Move forward without constantly worrying about what others think or say about you. People often criticize dominant individuals, but that doesn't mean you should shrink back into the shadows. Say what you need to say directly and honestly. Don't waste your time worrying about people who criticize you behind your back. If someone has the courage to speak to you face to face, listen to them and respond appropriately. Otherwise, avoid unnecessary arguments and distance yourself from people who only seek conflict. Number 5. Mental strength. Mental strength is one of the most powerful weapons of a dominant person. Your mind is what drives you forward and helps you rise above challenges. No matter what problems arise, you should develop the courage and determination to face them, overcome them, and continue pursuing your goals. If you tend to panic easily or become fearful under pressure, practices such as deep breathing and mindfulness can help. Spend 15 minutes each morning meditating with your eyes closed. Practice deep breathing for 10 to 15 minutes. If that feels difficult, simply spend 10 minutes in a quiet place without your phone. Sit alone without distractions and allow yourself some peaceful time. Read self-help books. These habits may not feel easy at first, but if you practice them consistently, they will become part of your routine. Within about 20 to 21 days, you may begin to notice positive changes in your mindset. Number 6. Unbeatable confidence. Unbeatable confidence is an unshakable belief in yourself. This level of self-confidence helps you think logically and rationally in any situation. You should not allow even a small amount of doubt about your abilities to control your thinking. Bonus tip: walk and talk slowly. Avoid rushing around or speaking in a hurried, nervous manner. Carry yourself like a mature and composed individual. Listen carefully before responding. Pay attention to your body language and eye contact. People who truly understand what they are doing and saying rarely act in haste. Therefore, if you want to become a dominant person, learn to approach situations calmly, patiently, and with confidence. Thank you for watching.